have served, and given their lives for our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, will the James Martin High School class of 2013 please be seated? At this time, I would like to introduce you to our student body president, Nico Garofano.
Before I begin, I would like to ask everyone in the audience to please, at this time, turn off all cell phones. Thank you. Today is the day that we've waited for so long. Looking around, you see students that you've been friends with since elementary school. Back when we dreaded nap time because we had to be quiet, and when we played tag at recess. Maybe you haven't seen some of those sitting around you since elementary school, or others that you have never seen before. This class of 808 students is huge and diverse. We are filled with many different personalities and interests. As we grew older, we began to pursue those different interests, which sets us apart. As we look back at those early years in elementary, that was when we first learned to connect the numbered dots to create a picture. This was our first venture into becoming individuals. At first, we only drew straight lines, but then we realized we could curve them. This allowed us, for the first time, to put our own style into something. It gave us a way to make each picture different, each one personal. You may think you haven't done this in a while, but in reality, you have never stopped. Everybody has their own piece of paper with dots scattered throughout. Everybody has their own drawing to draw. Some people have an idea of what they want their drawing to look like, but others have no clue. All of the pictures have been started, but none of them are complete. As of now, they are based on the accomplishments that we've done so far. They express what we enjoy and how we spend our time, whether it was with sports, clubs, work, volunteering, friends, or family. Our interests define who we are. Some of us may love our picture and want to build on it. Others may look at it and realize they want to change it. The good news is we can change it. We can spend the rest of our lives making our picture exactly how we like it so that one day we can be proud of how great it looks. As seniors about to plunge into the unknown depths of the real world's vast mysteries, our futures can be uncertain. We are always asked what we want to be when we grow up, but that's not the right question. The right question is, who do you want to be right now? Yes, it is good to know where you want to be 5, 10, maybe 20 years from now, but it is what we are doing today that will make us who we want to be in the future. Just like it's good to have an idea of what we want our picture to look like, we shouldn't get so overwhelmed with what it should look like that we don't enjoy the creative process. We should focus on each line we draw and its purpose to the entire picture. We should live each day so that it makes us the person we want to be at that very moment. As time goes on, we may eventually reach the goal that we set for the future, or we may have reached an entirely different goal. Either way, we will succeed because we spent every day being the person we wanted to be. But we didn't do it alone. We must never forget how much time, effort, and encouragement our friends, family, and faculty have poured into our lives. I want to thank all of you for what you have done for each and every one of us. Today is an important milestone for all of us. It is definitely a day that will be recorded among our scattered dots. As you continue to create your pictures, I want to remind all of you that today we are Martin Warriors, we are a family, and we can achieve anything we set our minds to. Today, we are all the same. We're all in the same black robes, walking across the same stage, and receiving our diploma. Today, we are all graduates from James Martin High School's class of 2013. The memories that we recorded this day may curve in different directions, but the important thing to remember is to continue to enjoy each recorded moment and make your own picture unique. Now it is my honor to introduce you to the James Martin High School's class of 2013, Senior Class President Daniel Grazzini.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. It seems like only a short time ago that we entered the halls of Martin High School as freshmen, only 14 or 15 years old. What a scary time that was. I'm sure hundreds of thoughts raced through our heads. Would we find all our classes? Could we make it from math to public speaking in only the 5-minute passing period? Where would we eat lunch, and how on earth would we not get lost in this massive building? But after a few weeks, we settled down, and we began getting used to the place that would eventually become our second home. If freshman year was fun, sophomore year was so much better. We understood how things worked in high school, and eventually got our driver's licenses. Of course, we were instantly perfect drivers, and obeyed all the rules of the road, especially when entering the west lot before and after school. Junior year, we were upperclassmen. We could be exempt from every exam, and we're free to go off campus for lunch. Hello, Chick-fil-A, Subway, Whataburger, and Chicken Express. And what's even better, we got to start taking SATs and ACTs. And senior year, this was our year. For many of us, it began on a hot August day when we got to start painting our senior parking spaces. Soon afterwards, we attended our final homecoming game, where we got our first real taste of how little time we had left in high school. We were soon applying for college, and were choosing our majors, whether we knew what we wanted to study or not. And eventually, we celebrated our senior prom, and struggled to stay awake until 6 a.m. at Bahama Bash. As the months passed, we had experiences and made memories that we will remember forever. For the final time, many of us stepped onto the field, court, track, or stage to take our last snap, shoot our last free throw, make our last goal, sing our last chorus, or play our last song. And most likely, we made these bittersweet memories with our best friends right beside us. In May, we had senior day. We wore our college shirts and signed yearbooks in the gym, wondering where had the 4 years gone. And just a week later, we sit here at graduation, just moments away from walking the stage and receiving our high school diplomas. Today, we can confidently look back at our high school years, knowing that all our hard work has paid off. However, our time at Martin was not always without adversity. Learning to balance time for school, extracurricular activities, work, and time with family and friends was something common to us all. And we all probably have at least one scar from something personal we faced in high school. But these things we faced cannot hold us back in the future. It reminds me of the story of the elephant and the rope. At birth, a baby elephant is trained to be confined to a very small space. Its trainer ties it with a rope to a wooden post planted deep in the ground. This rope confines the baby elephant to a small area, which is the elephant's comfort zone. Though the baby elephant will initially try to break the rope is too strong, and so the elephant learns that it can't break the rope. It learns to be content in its comfort zone. When the elephant grows up into a 5-ton colossus that could easily break the same rope, it doesn't even try, because it learned as a baby that it couldn't break the rope. In this way, the largest elephant can be held back by the puniest little rope. As we move on in life, don't be constrained by any ropes that may have been holding you back as you were in high school. Hopefully, after 4 years at Martin, we are older, stronger, and more mature. We can boldly venture out of our comfort zone, knowing that if we continue with the right attitude and effort, that we will only build on the phenomenal amounts of successes we've had at Martin. We will chase our dreams and make them our realities. Our possibilities are truly endless. In closing, in future years, we will all encounter many new doors of opportunity that can take us to many new places. When we come to these doors, there are two options. You can choose to push it forward, or you can choose to stand there and get hit in the head when someone else pushes it open. As author Andy Stanley said, everyone ends up in somewhere in life. A few people end up somewhere on purpose. So as we leave here, make the most of every single opportunity. Look at each door as the doorway of opportunity that it is, not as an end, but as a new beginning. Thank you. I am also very privileged this afternoon to be able to introduce you to the special guest sitting on stage, the principal of James Martin High School, Mrs. Marlene Roddy. Assistant principals, Mrs. Tunya Redvine, Mr. Greg McQuitty, and Ms. Shari Price. Counselor, Mrs. Dana Bishop. Valedictorian, Benjamin Yang. Salutatorian, Kate Chen. School board members, President, Mr. Bowie Hogg. Vice President, Mrs. Jamie Solons. Secretary, Dr. Aaron Reich. Assistant Secretary, Mrs. Gloria Pena. Trustee, Mr. Peter Barron. Trustee, Mr. John Hibbs. Trustee, Mr. Tony Pompa. And Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos. I would also like to recognize some very important individuals who are sitting offstage. Assistant principals, Ms. Luann Kennedy, Mr. Scott Johnston, Mr. Tommy Scott, and Mr. Juan Villarreal. Counselors, Mrs. Suzanne Bandy, Ms. Connie David, Mrs. J. Davis, Mrs. Susan Kingen, Mrs. Deborah Mansouri, Mrs. Barbara Moeller, and Dr. David Pyatt. The senior class thanks you, as well as the entire faculty and staff, for the countless hours of work on our behalf. We appreciate your concern for us and your support for us at concerts, athletic events, performances, and banquets. More than that, the relationships we have with you rival that of our own families. Thank you for all the memories and good times. We will miss you. As superintendent of the Arlington Independent School District, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos is responsible for directing the district, which is currently the largest employer in Arlington, the third largest in Tarrant County, and the 8th largest school district in Texas. Arlington ISD educates over 64,000 students from an ever-evolving, diverse community. He leads our district toward the goal of encouraging inspired learners through effective leadership and an engaged community. Dr. Cavazos, we thank you for all you do. It is my pleasure to introduce the Arlington Independent School District Superintendent, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos.
Martin High School class of 2013, congratulations. First and foremost, congratulations for your accomplishments, for your perseverance, and for being here today as a graduating class. And let me tell you that your success does not go unnoticed. Your accomplishments are great, and collectively, as a class, you're highly interdependent on each other for success. And so as you reach this milestone, one of many, and as you cross this stage, hopefully one of many stages that you'll cross, and you reach these success points in your life, always remember to help other people reach their success points as well. Help your family, your friends, cousins, and people you may not even know reach their success points. Because collectively, as a group, as a graduating class of 2013, our community of Arlington, our state of Texas, and our nation are highly dependent on your success. And so to the parents, family members, friends, significant others in the lives of these young people, thank you for your perseverance, your encouragement, sometimes your scolding, hopefully not too much of the scolding of these young people, as they continue through school to get them to this point. It is because of your involvement and your continued caring for young people that they're able to sit here today about to be receiving their graduation diploma. And so it's that same spirit of encouragement, of prodding along, of making sure that you're accounted for, that you continue your success. You are, as Martin High School soon-to-be graduates, you are exceptionally prepared for the future. Go confidently into the future. If you're going to pursue college, the workforce, or armed services, or whatever your dreams take you, go confidently knowing that you are exceptionally prepared by the Arlington Independent School District. And so I wish you much success, and I look forward to you crossing this stage as graduates from Martin High School. Thank you.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the James Martin High School Class of 2013 Salutatorian, Kate Chen.
Family, friends, faculty, and fellow students of the Class of 13. It is a great honor to stand here before you, and I'd like to thank you all for these past 4 years. I must admit, when I first learned I had to write this speech, the first thought that came to mind was, how could I possibly write something that could resonate with thousands of people? Needless to say, it was a difficult challenge. At Martin, our class has 808 students, representing an incredibly eclectic mix of interests, talents, cultures, and personalities. We are such a diverse group of people that it was difficult for me to pinpoint what makes us who we are. Yet I soon realized that it is the diversity of our student body itself that embodies our unique identity. And this diversity contributes to our greatest strengths, the ability to learn and grow from our differences. Many of us have been in school together for many years. Some of us have even known each other since we were little kids in elementary school. We sit next to each other in English or pass each other in the halls every day. Some classmates we are accustomed to seeing, yet they are simply a presence in our lives, nothing more. Others we have befriended and are now such an integral part of who we are that it's difficult to imagine what high school would have been like without them. However, within a few years, all that will remain of our current experience are a few vague memories of the football games, of the AP exams, of prom, of graduation. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel a little bittersweet. I won't regret having to get up for 7:35 a.m. classes or having to face the onslaught of standardized tests that accompanies each spring. However, I will miss the teachers who have encouraged our natural curiosity for knowledge and who have inspired us to think through different perspectives. I will miss the classmates who have made our classes a whole lot more entertaining, whether intentionally or not. And most of all, I will miss the friends that have made these past 4 years so memorable and exciting. Being surrounded by so many familiar faces each day has always been a great source of comfort. It's difficult to think that within a few months, we'll all be scattered across the world pursuing very different goals. Whether you're striving to compose your first symphony or become the next Steve Jobs, or even if you haven't figured it out yet, realize that this is perhaps the last time we will all truly be together in the physical sense. However, our spirit as Martin warriors will always endure. Despite our differences, we all share this momentous experience today. And at the risk of sounding cliche, this day truly does mark our transition from one stage of our lives into the next. I would like to end with the wise words of the beloved author Dr. Seuss that reflects how we should view the conclusion of our high school experience. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Thank you.
And now it is my honor to present to you the James Martin High School Class of 2013 Valedictorian, Benjamin Yang.
"13 years ago, when we first entered kindergarten, we began looking forward to this day, the day of our high school graduation. And since then, we have learned everything from Shakespeare to Einstein, from Riemann to Shostakovich. And yet perhaps we, the class of 2013, learned the most important things back in kindergarten. Perhaps what we learned 13 years ago is what we will remember most as we leave high school and venture out into this brave new world. Perhaps what we will remember most is the pencil that always seemed to slip out of our tiny hands. Like the pencil that dares to leave its mark on the daunting blank page, perhaps we will dare to leave our own marks on the clean pages of life. We will explore the impossible mysteries of the world and conquer the blank regions of the unknown. And with each moment of brilliant innovation, with each footstep into uncharted territory, we shall write our names into the permanent pages of history. Perhaps what we will remember most is the eraser that always seemed to find its way into our curious little mouths. Like the eraser that sacrifices its own life to save the mistakes of others, perhaps we will volunteer our own lives for the betterment of society. We will humble ourselves to erase the injustices of the world, but we shall always be modest to acknowledge and correct our own errors and flaws. Perhaps what we will remember most is the 42 pack of crayons that we all hungrily desired. Like the myriad of crayons that brightened the world's landscapes, perhaps we will be able to bring light and color into the lives of others. We will illuminate the impenetrable darknesses of the world, and we shall always embrace the future with unbridled alacrity and enthusiasm. Perhaps what we will remember most is the can of Play-Doh that entertained us for countless hours. Like the colorful clay that stretches and bends to sculpt our 5-year-old fantasies into reality, perhaps we will be malleable and adaptable to change. As we now chase after our dreams, we will mold ourselves to fit our new surroundings. But as Play-Doh never changes hues, we shall always retain and display the true colors of our personalities. Perhaps what we will remember most is the sheer pleasure that we felt when we used scissors to carve our first masterpieces. Like the pair of scissors that musters the courage to sever the ties between two intimacies, perhaps we will be strong enough to part with teachers, with friends, with family, as we depart from the past 13 years of our lives. We, the class of 2013, will embrace this new independence and freedom, but we shall remember that phone calls and holiday visits will always be able to tape and mend those treasured bonds and relationships. And perhaps what we will remember most is the glue that seemed all too eager to paste our small fingers together. Like the glue that is able to forge bonds between strangers, perhaps we will build new friendships, create new relationships, as life guides us to our next destinations. We will find new glues of love and companionship, but we shall always cherish the coveted bonds that helped us conquer the challenges and obstacles in this 4-year trek of high school. And so now, 13 years later, we are ready. We are the class of 2013, and we shall be extraordinary. Our lives are still just blank sheets of paper, waiting for us to make our first marks. Write, draw, color, erase. The canvas of life is ours. Thank you.
takes a whole village to raise our children. It takes a whole village to raise one child. We all, everyone, must share the burden. We all, everyone, will share the joy. It takes a whole village to raise our children. It takes a whole village to raise one child. We all, everyone, must share the burden. We all, everyone, will share the joy. As a representative of the class of 2013, I am happy to announce this year's senior class gift. Our class will be making a donation to the building fund for the current Martin Training Area construction project. We hope that, with all of the donations and support for this project, Martin High School will be better able to provide the needs of all the students who walk through the halls of our school. Mrs. Marlene Roddy has worked in education for 34 years. She has provided service and support to James Martin High School for over 22 years. Throughout her career, she has worked tirelessly to improve Texas education for future generations. We are honored to have such a passionate leader among us. Thank you for your dedication and support. Please help me in welcoming the principal of James Martin High School, Mrs. Marlene Roddy.
President Hogg, members of the Board of Trustees, Superintendent Cavazos, special guests, teachers, and graduates. We celebrate today the commencement of the Martin High School senior class of 2013. Commencement means a beginning, a kickoff, the launch of a new chapter that all of you as graduates will move into at the conclusion of this ceremony. So what many of you may regard as an ending, a milestone completed, is truly only a start to a new definition of who you are and who you will become as an individual over the next several years. All of you will continue with your education. Many of you intend to go to university. Some of you have or will enlist in the armed services. And then some of you plan to complete a certificate that leads to a specific career. But before you leave high school behind, let's talk about who you are right now and what you accomplished at Martin High School. Did you fulfill the spirit of the soul that embodies being a warrior? Quite frankly, many of you came to us 4 years ago either soaring like an eagle or with the fierce determination of a bulldog. I wasn't sure if you really understood what it meant to be a warrior. I myself started out as a relentless Mustang in junior high, a swarming yellow jacket in high school. I evolved into a jumping kangaroo in college, and eventually ended up being exactly as you are today, a mighty Martin warrior. So why do we use these symbols? Some believe the value of a mascot is it gives those that connect with it mystical powers and bountiful good luck. But I know that mascots actually do much more than that. They provide us with a standard for emulation. They embody all the characteristics in some way that are important. They inspire, and they help us stretch into being something far greater than we thought we could be. They provide us with a rallying cry of unity and connection with each other. Most recently, I read Vince Lombardi Jr.'s What It Takes to Be Number One. The book is based on the lessons his father taught him about leadership. Of course, his father was one of the greatest football coaches in the history of the professional sport, coaching the Green Bay Packers in the 1960s. Lombardi Sr. identified 8 characteristics of a winner, and those 8, I believe, are reflected in the spirit of the warrior. What are they? They are commitment, truth, excellence, results, passion, habit, mental toughness, and discipline. Briefly summarizing his thoughts on each and starting with commitment, Lombardi stated, "Winning is not a sometimes thing. It is an all-the-time thing. You don't do things right once in a while. You do things right all the time." Truth, he noted, is knowing that your character is shaped by your everyday choices. Excellence, he said, is pursued and wooed with all of one's might and every bit of effort that one has. Regarding results, Lombardi comments, winning is not everything, but making the effort to win is. Of passion, he states, there is only one way to succeed in anything, and that is to give it everything you've got. Of habit, he says, the difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. Discipline he describes as sacrifice, self-denial, love, loyalty, fearlessness, and a perfectly disciplined will. Finally, for mental toughness, he stated, if you're lucky enough to find a person with a lot of head and a lot of heart, that person is never going to settle for less than the best. These ideas remind me of what one of our senior varsity baseball players most recently started as a chant in our senior pep rally. I believe that we will win. I must congratulate this class of 2013 for striving to fulfill all that embodies these 8 characteristics of a warrior. In review, let's look at what this class did with their heads and what they accomplished with their hearts and everything in between, starting with academia and performance. The Martin class of 2013, with 808 graduates, had 16 early graduates, 225 seniors who received the Principal's Award, 271 out of 808 recognized as honor graduates, 151 students who earned Distinguished Achievement, 271 who earned the Presidential Academic Excellence Award, and 481 who graduated on the recommended plan. We had 5 National Merit semifinalists, 4 National Hispanic Scholars, and 2 National Achievement Outstanding participants. 90% of the top 10% of this class participated in UIL activities. We have 152 seniors in the National Honor Society, 60 seniors in the Science National Honor Society, 35 seniors in the Rho Kappa Social Studies National Honor Society, 18 seniors in the French National Honor Society, 10 in Latin, 50 in Spanish, 24 in German, and 71 in the National Technical Honor Society. Our DECA organization had 7 students who went to state and advanced to nationals. Martin had 7 seniors who represented us at the Texas History Day and 5 seniors who went on to the national competition in Maryland. Our robotics club placed 10th in regional competition in a field of 48 teams. This year, our AVID, Advancement via Individual Determination program, had 25 graduating seniors, all of which plan to attend college and 12 of which who earned college scholarships. Martin's UIL academic team took first place in district competition. We had 1 senior who advanced to state current events, 2 seniors who advanced to the regional competition and social studies. We also had 2 seniors who advanced to regional UIL competition in science. The Martin accounting team placed first in district, taking first, second, third, and 4th place. The Phoenix Yearbook received at the state level the UIL's Distinguished Merit, the UIL Star Award, and also had 6 seniors who received state honors for yearbook spreads. The Warrior Post, our school newspaper, won the UIL Distinguished Merit and the UIL Star Award, given to the top 5 newspapers in the state. We had 5 seniors who won state photography and writing awards. Our Ready, Set, Teach program had 6 seniors who received a letter of intent from the AISD. In fine arts, our orchestra placed 3rd in the TMEA State String Orchestra with 27 senior participants. They earned their 29th consecutive sweepstakes with 41 seniors, and we had 3 seniors who won state honors. Our band received a UIL Division I rating We also received a UIL sweepstakes and 15 Division I ratings. We had 6 senior band members who were regional musicians, 2 senior all-area musicians. In choir, we had 8 all-state choir members, 26 in region, and we received 6 UIL sweepstakes, 1 with a superior rating. Our chamber choir performed at the National American Choral Directors Association Convention. Martin's one-act play, Children of a Lesser God, advanced to the state competition and earned 2nd place in state. Also, we had 1 senior who earned the Ron Durham Visual Arts Scholarship and 3 senior students who were senior art show winners receiving Best in Show, 1st place, and 2nd place. Reviewing our service commitments. The Martin class of 2013 has 76 seniors wearing the purple and green MHS service cord, representing over 11,000 hours of school and community service. Our student council donated over 1,600 pounds of food to Mission Arlington, as well as over 15 boxes of food and school supplies for Backpack for Kids in the Homecoming Drive. They also raised $2,500 for the Leukemia Society, which makes Martin, over an 11-year period, the largest donor school in the state, contributing over $71,000 in total. The Student Council ran 2 blood drives, which resulted in more than 316 units of blood donated to Red Cross, and they received the Texas Association of Student Council's highest honor, the Sweepstakes Award, for the 16th year in a row. Senior officers are wearing their earned bronze medals today. Student Council also donated over $3,500 to the Taylor Helen Cancer Fund and sponsored the Tuesdays for Tay t-shirts worn by our staff and students to support one of our own. They contributed $1,600 to the American Red Cross Relief Fund for victims of Hurricane Sandy. Martin's Lip Dub 2012, a school-wide service project, brought in over $15,000 for a charitable contribution to MD Anderson for colon cancer research. They've had more than 130,000 world views at this point. The Martin Key Club has 35 seniors wearing gold Key Club stoles, demonstrating their commitment to academics and community service, making contributions to more than 86 service projects this year alone. Martin's Avid Club continues to maintain and has helped to expand the Fallen Warrior Memorial Garden. Martin's National Honor Society has more than 1,700 service hours. Martin's Latin National Honor Society contributed over $3,500 to disaster relief and cancer research. And now to review the class of 2013's athletic achievements. Martin had 20 teams who advanced beyond district, with 8 of those teams outright district championships, including football, volleyball, boys and girls swimming, boys and girls wrestling, boys and girls cross country and boys track, boys and girls basketball, boys and girls tennis, boys and girls golf, boys and girls gymnastics, girls soccer, softball, and baseball. Martin went beyond district playoffs in the following team sports: volleyball, which advanced to the regional quarterfinals, boys cross country, who had team members who advanced to the state tournament, boys basketball, which were regional semifinalists, girls basketball, which were by-district champions, boys wrestling, which were the regional champions and 4th place at state, girls wrestling, which came in 3rd at regionals, boys and girls swimming, who were both regional runner-ups, girls soccer, which were regional quarterfinalists, and baseball, which advanced to the state finals. We were regional qualifiers in every individual sport, including boys and girls tennis, boys track and cross country, including 1 senior boy who was 3rd place in the state meet, girls cross country, boys and girls gymnastics, boys and girls wrestling, including 3 boys who made it to state, and boys and girls golf. Whew. Not done. We had 24 all-state academic athletes from all sports. We had 25 all-district senior athletes. Martin cheerleaders were the NCAA national champions for the 31st time. That included 9 seniors on the team. Martin's drill team was recognized as Circle of Champions and a grand champion in their competitive awards for 2013. Martin's step team competed at the state level, and Martin started the first Quidditch team in the district, practicing and eventually competing against a well-established team from another district. To sum up just how impressive all these academic, performance, service, and athletic awards are, Martin had 97 seniors who earned state or national recognition in UIL activities, and we anticipate a continued ranking in the top 10 in the state of Texas for the 5A Lone Star Cup standing for 2013. This senior class at this present time has earned over $14 million in scholarship money. This enumeration of our 2013 senior achievements certainly is indicative that this class knows what it takes to be a winner. I suggest to you that the 8 characteristics of a mighty warrior are well understood by the 2013 seniors who collectively have what Lombardi described as the head and heart of a winner. And oh, by the way, one final question. Is there a warrior in the house? Congratulations to you, the members of the class of 2013. Remember to thank all of those who helped you thus far to achieve, and take pride in your accomplishments. Set your sights on a worthy endeavor and let no obstacles stand in your way. Our blessings are with you as you begin your journey. Remember that you have what it takes, the true spirit of the warrior. Go forth into the world, and for the last time as a body of one, will the class of 2013 please rise? Superintendent Cavazos, President Hogg, and members of the Arlington Independent School District Board of Trustees, I present to you these students who have successfully completed the attendance and academic requirements for graduation as prescribed by the state of Texas and the Arlington Independent School District. By the authority vested in me as principal, I proudly proclaim them graduates of James Martin High School. Graduates, you may move your tassels to the right. Class of 2013, please be seated as the first rows present themselves to receive their diplomas. As the graduates line up to receive their diplomas, I would like to address our parents, friends, and relatives in the audience. I know that you are extremely proud of your student and that this is a time of celebration. I invite you, parents, friends, and relatives, as your student crosses the stage, to stand in support of your student and to be recognized by the assembly for your contributions. This will also enable you to see your student more clearly as he or she receives their diploma. We want each graduate to receive the full attention of the audience as he or she crosses the stage. We also ask your help in ensuring that each name is clearly heard. We also ask you to refrain from using air horns or other noise makers. Okay, are we ready? All right, we're ready to begin with our first name.
Diplomas to the honor graduates is Principal Marlene Roddy. Benjamin Yang. Kate Danyu Chen. Yusine Suzanne Wen. Madeline Lee Carwick. Nicolo Louis Garofano. Chun Tan Nguyen. Daniel Louis Gazzini. Alexandra Brooke Jackson. Brian James Mitchell. Hyukjin James O. Shaheen Rohani. Abby Nicole Lewis. Adam James Lazarus. Sawyer Austin White. Ali Mohammadi. Michael Counts Bailey. Jamie Christine Baker. Garrett Lee Bannister. Dylan Michael Beckerman. Jacob Austin Beckham. Layla Nicole Bonakdar. Catherine Marie Boniface. Jennifer Jolyn Cho. Pearson Timothy Daniels. Catherine Ann Dixon. Dee Dang Do. Elizabeth Byers Ferrier. Allison Rebecca Fox. Sterling Thomas Hackley. Kelsey Elizabeth Hale. Trevitas Deshane Hall Jr. Anthony Dong Han. Jessica Ann Harris. Aaron Colin Hawkins. Hannah Louise Hollabaugh. George Wesley Ishii. Catherine Ann Kellett. Mariam Khan. Claire Nicole Kilpatrick. Michael Youngsik Kim. Brandon Chow Lam. Neda Mortazi Langrudi. Daniel Sangwook Lee. Ye Chan Lee. Sarah Elizabeth Lewis. Alan Lee. Tiffany Vivian Liang. Emily Diane Long. Matthew Alexander Longoria. Dustin Steele Mallory. Alejandra Naranjo. Eric Fukyuan Ng. Eddie Ng. Emily Nicole Overman. Yoon Jun Park. Hope Patchin. Mary Suzanne Rangel. Rachel Ann Ryan. Stephanie Lynn Rutherford. Tara Renee Schickendance. Caitlin Taylor Schmidt. Kevin Shin. Sina Reza Shirazunajad. Alicia Christina Smiley. Josie Melissa Smith. Caitlin Brooke Smith. Taylor Elise Smith. Matthew Lee Spradlin. Rachel Elizabeth Spray. Meredith Tate. Daniel Hui Tran. Vanna Tran. Presenting the diploma to Cameron Villarreal is his father, principal of Turning Point High School, Juan Villarreal. Cameron Xavier Villarreal. Brooks George Walker. Erin Elizabeth Ward. Emily Kate Wilbanks. Ellery Marie Wilkins. Emily Catherine Williams. Lauren Todd Zhang. Nicholas William Andrews. Jordan Matthew Avery. Travis Gage Baldwin. Alexis Lane Bauman. Chelsea Brooke Beasley. Bria Ariel Benjamin. Ezekiel Taylor Blinn. Zachariah Lewis Blinn. Douglas Jordan Boudreau. Adam Adrian Bradley. Rachel Brooks Britton. Emily Nicole Brooks. Excel Colleen Marie Broulard. Andrew Tam Bousson. Ryan Andrew Burke. Quentin Reese Kane. Ashley Reagan Cook. Caitlin Page Cox. Zane Alexander Curtis. Tang Thum Mary Dow. Emily Beth Dragoo. Patrick Raymond Covey Eichelman. Helen Danae Fowler. Deanna Garcia. Parker Travis Giroux. Bailey Nicole Green. Mary Claire Griffin. Tanner Blake Hartley. Leah Siobhan Howe. Garrett Blaine Hayslip. Rachel Carolyn Hodnett. Benjamin Eddie Jepson. Chandler K. Jordan. Taylor Nicole Julian. Caitlin Alexandria Kaler. Glenn Joseph Keller. Lauren K. Kitty. Mary Alexandria King. Alex Bright Coral. Lara Elizabeth Kunkel. Cassidy Brianna Lyles. Marissa Nicole Lockstead. Neil Wallace Manning. Andrew Shelton Martz. Ashley Nicole Marvin. Zachary McClendon. Brody James McDonald. Courtney Joe McVeigh. Christopher Lee Messer. Rebecca Marie Michelson. Angela Lee Montez. Samuel Wayne Morales. Charles Austin Mott. Austin Chun Nguyen. Quang Van Michel Nguyen. Elizabeth Lee O'Daniel. Samantha Joe Ogden. Ethan Charles Palmer. Dakota Bishop Partain. Austin Connor Patterson. Lauren Petrie. Ashley Nicole Phillips. Victoria Alexander Reese. Sarah Jessica Riley. Rebecca Rodriguez. Jason Alexander Rosenbaum. Jessica Martha Salazar. Brandon Aubrey Salih. Monica Sharestha. Tucker Franklin Sowell. Skylar Bo Tardy. Emily Page Tibbs. Vincent Min Tron. Sean Michael Tyler. Caitlin Lee Wells. Isha Kajin Willingham. Ryan Chenwen Shu. Joseph Yoon. Tyler Allen Zacharias. Austin Slate Admire. Nicole Joy Anderson. James Dylan Anton. Simone Bechet Bailey. Ashley Lindsay Barling. Christopher Jake Belgica. Samantha Grace Bondurant. Courtney Andreen Burgess. Lauren Alicia Bowman. Maggie Lee Bricker. Chanel Alexis Brown. Lauren Haley Brown. Emma Louisa Bruce. William Joseph Capper. Channing Rose Carpenter. Colin Gregory Carr. Alexandria K. Castolina. Brittany Ann Cathcart. Onofre Armando Chapa. Carson Ann Cinquapalmi. Nicholas Domingo Calado. Madison Ray Coyle. Kaylin Skylar Culp. Hannah Jean Cummings. Jared Reese Cunningham. Maya Renee Davis. Alexandria Marie Dean. Mallory Suzanne Deskis. Sudishna Day. Andia R.T. Donahue. Devin Dwayne Doyle. Adam Fahed El Ansari. Langdon Roger Fisher. Matthew Tyler Friedman. Michael Alexander Galeon. John Summer Gantz. Chandler Million Jared. Susan Martin Gibson. Kirsten Bryce Gilbertson. Kaylee Mackenzie Gilchrist. Christy Nicole Gonzalez. Shannon Grace Graham. Lauren Ann Greb. Cheney Eileen Greenwood. Benjamin Patrick Grogan. William Eugene Hamberlin. Chandler Danielle Harrell. Elijah Zane Hilbert. Jasmine Simone Hill. Rachel Elizabeth Hitt. Alicia Marie Holland. Riley Mattia Jackson. Philip Andrew James Jr. Chelsea Danielle Jeton. Amber Nicole Johnson. Brianna Sarah Jones. Rawan Samir Judah. Hunter Kadane Lane. Christopher Stephen Lavilla. Jonathan Lavilla. Caleb Samuel Lavis. Autumn Ashley Law. Holiday Lauren Lawson. Danny Loftus Jr. Connor Matthew Loop. Sarah Ann Mancha. Chelsea Ruth Marduk. Lillian Elizabeth Marchenke. Cassie Reed McMasters. Sasha Nasir Mirage. Pamela Ashley Miller. Abigail Bridget Nava. Natalie Marie Newman. Mi T. Nguyen. Casey Shannon Nichols. Austin Charles Nordman. Colin Vincent O'Brien. Shelby Lynn Odell. Wesley Rem Ogana. Zachary Ian Pasley. Lauren Nichelle Prater. Heba Jamal Kadura. Quentin Matthew Query. Cody Kent Richardson. Jonathan Rivera. Javon Ellis Shaw. Chase Benjamin Smith. Rachel Sue Smith. Kathleen Dawn Spar. Olivia Lane Speed. Trevor Malin Stewart. Marshall Anthony Strawn. Cameron Elizabeth Shulock. Christina Maria Sullivan. Joseph Michael Sute. Dylan Michael Taylor. Haley Liddell Taylor. Whitney Nicole Theus. Lauren Brittany Todd. Tram Ann Tran. Julianne Ruth Toller Ware. Steron Blaine Williams II. Kaylee Elizabeth Wincoop. Emily Jean Zare. Ranking Cristobal Adam A. Green. Chelsea Renee Adams. Ajiri Jane Agbuduta. Samad Ahmed. Dania Khalid Aberjidi. Tate Allen Alford. David Wesley Almon. Cheyenne Nicole Amaro. Gabriela Emilio. Devon Andrew Anderson. Hannah Kirsten Anderson. Dominic Farrow Ansley. Oscar Andres Arajo. Michael Kendrick Armstrong. Erasmo III Artia. Melody Asgari. Inde Atanga. Coleman James August. Shreya Awashti. Trevor Allen Baker. Silver Medallion Barnes. Kylie Bliss Barnett. Brenda Karina Barrera. Grant Joseph Lee Barrett. Rand Thomas Lee Barrett. Chastity Ann Renee Berry. Avery Ann Beard. Connor Charles Bean. Tanner Margaret Bell. Wilbert Bell. Taylor Logan Bennett. Joshua Chelton Berkeley. Benjamin Daniel Berman. Malcolm Devon Bethune. Grace Victoria Biggs. James Gordon Biggs. Blake Leighton Bishop. Jordan Daniel Black. Ladarius Montrell Blanton. Kiwan Rashad Bonner. Brent Anthony Bosquet. Alex Darren Brooks. Jasmine Jenna Brooks. Sydney Paige Brophy. Nicholas James Broder. Jessica Reed Brown. Brittany Nicole Buenteo. Faison Lee Burns. Quentin G. Byers. Amanda Elaine Byers. Jacob Miles Bynum III. Megan Lee Cabra. Mitchell Gianni Cadena. Marita K. Calloway. Kelly Renee Calhoun. Evan Gareth Campbell. Cody Tyler Kennedy. Stephen Dominic Candley. Colin Jennings Cannon. Eric Emmanuel Cano. Isabella Claire Cantu. Caitlin Nicole Caprio. Kayla Nicole Karam. Maria Alexandra Carrillo. Brianna Jonice Carson. Jayla Lee Carson. Kayla Marie Carson. Reed Kenneth Carson. Whitney Renee Cash. Jeffrey Aaron Castleberry. Josephina Alexandra Cathcart. Tamara Jornay Castor. Christina Marie Cavett. Rachel Rayanne Ceballos. Joseph Daniel Centineo. Kristen Ann Chamberlain. Eunice Chang. Seema Chowdhury. Adam Edward Cheng. Now presenting diplomas is Assistant Principal Greg McQuitty. Ashley Ann Clark. Noah David Clark. Sarah Nicole Clark. Taylor Alexander Clark. Kimberly Morgan Clower. Lavonta Lachey Cody. Jessica Lynn Cole. Hannah Marie Connolly. Carrington Michael Cooper. Lauren Elizabeth Cooper. Thomas Andrew Cortesio. Dustin Lee Cox. Tandon Avery Cox. Wesley Harold Cox. Trent Crabtree. Jay Benton Crawford. Blake Evan Christinger. Christian Hernandez Cross. Jessica Marie Crowley. Michael Brendan Crowley. Elijah Thomas Crumpler. Thomas Henley Cruz. Braylon Dakota Cuming.
Jenna Lane Seipert. Emily Kelly Dalton. Brittany Simone Daniels. Julia Allison Daniels. Dre Darlington. James Stephen Darnell. Joshua Frank Darr. Tanner K. Davenport. Kalundra LaShawn Davis. Richard Randall Davis. Kellen Mateo Dayrit. Blake Aaron Delaney. Andrew Hunter Dietz. Amanda Lee Dillon. Tam Tan Do. Megan Dong. Matthew Martin Doran. Taylor Allen Draper. Adam James Drilling. Braden Neil Duncan. Kelby Brooke Dupriest. Garrett Michael Ernest. Cody Dean Edwards. Victoria Eggman. Cordell Justin Alts. Andy Alejandro Espinosa. Shelby Renee Estes. Kane Brian Evans. Giovanno D'Amico Fato. Anna Linda Fennell. Maya Shade Fields. Joseph Christopher Figueroa. Elizabeth Faith Fitzgerald. Katie Marie Fitzgerald. Jasmine Flores. Fabian Andres Ferrero. Brittany Elizabeth Frazier. Crystal Nicole Frazier. Cassie Nicole Frost. Brianna Nicole Furbush. Michaela Marie Gallegos. Brianna Ray Gamblin. Kenneth Earl Garton. Jessica Brooke Gatlin. Colton Ryan George. Miriam Ganem. Demetrius Ryan Gelden. Brittany Joan Gill. Justin Kyle Gill. Jamie Nicole Gisburn. Jessica Nicole Gomez. Now presenting diplomas is Assistant Principal Tanya Redvine. Larissa Nichelle Gonzalez. Chaz Alonso Gonzalez. Gary Andrew Gonzalez. Danielle Faith Goodman. Donovan Dewan Graham. Jeremy Ryan Graham. Ashante Javon Gray. Caitlin Michelle Gray. Dustin Thomas Greenewalt. Tiffany Sierra Greer. Emily Bree Griffin. Rashad Dexter Griffin. Lauren Michelle Grossman. Adrian Guevara. Whitney Simone Nicole Guyton. Blaine Stephen Hall. Mackenzie McKines Hall. Vincent Joanne Hall. Zachary Stephen Heyman. Eslam Hamad. Sean Christian Hamler. Joshua Taylor Moran Haney. Kyle Gardy Hansen. Christian Cody Harden. Stephanie Drew Harrison. Gregory Keith Hatter. Ryanel J. Hatton. Noah Edmund Haynes, Vega Scott Healy, Jalen Daniel Hurd, Michael Vincent Henderson, Brittany Diane Henneman, Joshua Matthew Heredia, Eduardo Hernandez, Dalton Lee Hestend, Kyle Channing Hicks, Mason Charles Hicks, Victoria Nicole Hill, Tanner Dawson Hinshaw, Trexa Marie Hoffert, Jamie Sean Hoffman, Sebastian Kane Hoffman, Hunter Lee Hood, Zachary Allen Hooper, Ashlyn Leanne Horton, Barrett Walker Howard, Elizabeth Brooke Howe, Caitlin Nicole Howell, Taylor Nicole Hubbard, Austin Mason Hudson, Gaki D. Hurley, Haley Karan Lickus, New Pawn AJ Intranusan, Taha Mohammed Iqbal, Maya Itani. Now presenting diplomas is Assistant Principal Scott Johnston. Alexis Anea Nicole Jackson. Brent Christian Jackson. Gwendolyn Ladesha Jackson. Caitlin Michelle Jackson. Tyler Jackson Miles. Rowan Jalad. Robert Dwayne James II. Michael Scott Jeffries. Arrington Blair Jenkins. Mark Austin Jessic. Jose Alejandro Jimenez. Stephanie Nicole Johns. Vaughn Henry Johns. Alexis Monique Johnson. Taryn Nicole Johnson. Ricky Mason Jones. Ryan Christopher Jones. Chad Markel Jordan. Colin Gillis Kelly. Nathan Joseph Kelly. Aspen Taylor Kelso. Joseph David Kenner. Tyler Anthony Cattell. Abigail Annette Kennard. Christopher Jermaine King. Sarah Elizabeth King. Jasmine Curvin. Tommy Lee Klein. Amber Ray Kramer. Amanda Marie Laflamme. Meredith Elizabeth Lane. Gabrielle Renee Largent. Lauren Elizabeth Latour. Clifford Connor Lee. Jacob Boone Lee. Kaylin Leslie LaFan. Connor Thomas LaFrank. Yvette Jasmine Lynn. Sarah Lynn Long. Jasmine Lorenzo. Philip Darnell Lover III. The second, sorry. Brian Lozano. Reagan Lee Luce. Joey Sin Ma. Connor Frederick McDonald. Robert Macias. Juan Philippe Madriman. Kevin Patrick Mahon. Rabia Abid Malik. Aaron Robert Mance. Ryan Alexander Mance. Jeremy Allen Manners. Corey Allen Marshall. Ralph William Marshall IV. Juan Jose Martinez. Pedro Martinez. Amanda Lauren Mason. Kelly Marie Massid. Tanya Anetra Massey. Holly Elise McCarger. Thomas Robert McCarty III. Melissa Olita McLean. Reagan Simone McCullough. Luke Andrew McCullough. Now presenting diplomas as Assistant Principal Lou Ann Kennedy. Cameron Terrell McDaniel. Joy Leslie McHenry. Stephen Andrew McNichols. Corbin Lee McNutt. Michaela Anna Nicole McPherson. Parker James Meads. Mackenzie Lynn Melman. Michael Ray Mendoza. Lane Milne. Sean Marosini. Carrie Michelle Mitchell. Nancy Caitlin Mitchell. Justin Thomas Mizell. Sheeb Mohammed. Corbin Scott Moore. Javon Odell Marquis Morgan. Seth Joseph Morgan. Cole Michael Mulder. Chantel Beatrice Moraine. Nicholas James Musgrove. Ayani Nails. Billy Ray Nevels Jr. Tyree Nevels. Cameron Thomas Newland. Ryan Chase Newman. Brina Lene Newton. Ann Tweed Kui Nguyen. Sarah Michelle Nikonin. Rebecca Lindsay Noreen. Alexander Clay Norred. Margaret Annalise O'Brien. Jeffrey Clayton Odell. Gabrielle Alexis Obedinsky. Christopher Lewis Odom. Olivia Renee Olguin. Ian Osai Agiman, Emily R. Ott, Abner Raul Pacheco, Julian Andre Pacheco, Samuel Palacios, Rachel Lorraine Palmer, Bethany Grace Parker, Alicia Renee Parrott, Arpita Sadishbai Patel, Janvi Patel, Kishan Patel, Elena Michelle Patterson, Manny Patterson, Mackenzie Brienne Patzer, Desiree Christine Piercy, Jenny Lynn Pearson, Jesus Alejandro Pedraza, Danielle Renee Pelletier, Mercedes Christina Perez, Paris Perez, Garrett Jefferson's Persons, Connor William Bryan Peterson, Evan Blake Pyland, Brianna Annette Panella, Wynn Wayne Potter, Carrington Colby William Price, Sarah Darlene Paterskis, Jonathan Quintero, Ahmad Hassan Rabani, Mackenzie Caitlin Ragsdill, Nima Far Rahimazida. Now presenting diplomas as principal of Turning Point High School, Juan Villarreal. Daniel Lee Ramos. Jessica Lynn Rand. Dallas Davenport Randall. Elise Camille Reed. Susan Nicole Reiter. LaShawn Taylor Richardson. Devin Michael Rico. Francisco Javier Rico. Alexander Julian Riley. Jacob Keith Ritter. Eric Matthew Rivera. Clint Thomas Roach. Kaylin Latrell Robertson. Alicia Diane Rocco. Shari Antoinette Nicole Rogers. Dakota Sky Rodriguez. Edith Naley Rodriguez. Nicholas Joseph Rodriguez. Haven Chandler Rogers. Jeremy Scott Romine. Brianna Marie Rowney. Dakota Sterling Ross. Brandon Reed Runyon. Ashton Michelle Rush. Bethany Renee Russell. Grayson Alexander Kane Ryan. Pardis Sabiat. Joshua Christopher Sala. Quentin Alfonso Samuel. Ashley Summer Sanchez. Dario Sanchez. Stephen Ruben Sanchez, Jr. Deverett Alexis Santoro. Martha Leslie Santos. Tomasa Amaret Salceda Medina. Jesse Robert Schroer. Brianna Mallory Randall Seaton. Kiana Lynn Sells. Leslie Elizabeth Shattuck. Miranda Sheridan. Valerie Shea Sherrill. Annabelle Nicole Shields. Zachary James Short. Mattia Latrice Sims. Brianna Jade Smith. DeAndre Eugene Smith. Dylan Trey Smith. Jordan Christopher Smith. Catherine Renee Smith. Stanley Darren Smith. Lauren Nicole Snodgrass. Mackenzie D. Spear. Miranda Christine Sparrow. Grayson Dutch St. Clair. Aaron Logan Staggs. Matthew Tyler Stevens. Brandon Alexander Stevenson. Sterling O'Brien Stewart. Narissa K. Stout. Victoria Regina Strable. Samantha K. Stumbo. Christopher James Swan. Jordan Jacaro Swan. Jonathan William Cyrus. Cheyenne Sky Talkington. Terrell Antoine Tatum. Jita Elena Taylor. Logan Miller Taylor. James Henry Taylor III. Anthony Lewis Tedford. Now presenting diplomas is Assistant Principal Tommy E. Scott. Brandon William Thomas. Donald Lee Thomas Jr. Emmanuel Michael Thomas. Cooper Rocky O. Thompson. Ivory Lexus Thornburg. George Titchener. Benjamin David Tidland. Angel Tinsley. Natalie Marie Tissue. Andre Trahan. Jessica Danielle Trevino. Danielle Duck Turong. Brenna Suzanne Trull. Brennan Ray Tucker. Samantha Elaine Turner. Brooke Nicole Van Gilder. Amanda Vasquez. Devin Troy Michaela Vaughn. Nicholas Joseph Vega. Brianna Marie Velasquez. Jesus Manuel Venzor. Jillian Elizabeth Veer. Alendria Denise Walker. Tony James Walton. Ibone Daniil Washington. Madeline Rianne Weatherford. Nicolina Leanne Weaver. Joshua Austin Winman. Hannah Ruth White. Jonathan Ray White. Robert Dustin Chance Wiggins. Summer Nicole Wilder. Amber Nicole Williams. Blake Henry Williams. Jade Marie Williams. Shahid Williams. Edwin Keith Willingham. Candace Noel Willis. Scott Wisdom. Trey Aaron Wise. Ashley Elena Woodruff. Carly Ann Wortman. Tell me when the last one's coming. Tristan Keeley Wren. San Quinette Denise Wright. Alexander Wolf. Corbin Reese Yip. Tiara Keandra Young. Alexis Diane Young Skeens. Kevin Hughes.